Hey guys, great to see you again. I hope you are not bored about seeing my face yet. Don't worry, this is my last one. I hope you've been encouraged by this 40 days of renewal. I have. It's been great to hear so many different people. And this week, we're looking at the theme of renewed in witnessing. Now, I don't know what you think about when you hear the word witnessing. If it makes you the blood inside of you like almost curdle and you're just like, oh no, please don't, I just can't think of anything worse than talking to people about Jesus. Or maybe you're the opposite and you're just like, yes, come on, I am going after this, I'm just going to tell everyone about Jesus. And I know there's different points in my life where I've been on both sides of the spectrum, and it's a difficult thing, right? And I know I would love to see, one of my deepest prayers is to see those people I love, this family, the friends really come to know Jesus. And I know the older and older I get, believe it or not, the more and more I'm convinced that relational is the answer, that Jesus uses every single person, people like you, people like me, to impact the people around us. What a privilege, right? The fact that he uses us on people's journey to encounter him. It just blows me away, and I always feel so honoured when I get to be a part of people's journey. A few years ago when I was at Bible college, this organisation came in, kind of a Church of England initiative. I think it was called, I think it was called Asking Jesus, or Asking Questions, where they surveyed thousands of people. And there's two things that struck me in this survey. The first one was that 80% of people who were in church, I think it was 80% of people who were in church were there because a friend had invited them. And then they surveyed people who weren't Christians, and 40% of them said they would come to church if a friend invited them. I was blown away by the statistics. 40% of people, non-Christians, would come to church if a friend invited them. So often I always think you've got to have the perfect setting. I'm waiting for the perfect church service. I'm waiting for, just everything to be right, and then I might invite them. And I just think I've got to have the answer to everything. I've got some friends, and we've had so many great debates over the year, they're non-Christians, and I always thought if I could just be a bit smarter, if I could just get the answer a bit better, then I would be able to convince them, right, that Jesus is real. And for years, none of that had any effect. And then they visited us while we had moved to Maxwell, and for the first time it struck them how important faith was and the role it played in our life. And there's something just shifted. We prayed for them loads. Something just shifted from debate to, oh, why? Oh, wow, I can see, why do you do this? How? What does that mean? It was exploration instead of argumentation, trying to win each other down. And it just really struck me that it doesn't matter if I know the perfect answer. Occasionally that side of things will work, but most of the time it doesn't matter if I have the perfect answer. If I wait for that, it's never going to happen. If my house is perfectly tidy, then I'll invite them, or if it's never going to happen. Because we're not perfect people. People wait for perfect, but actually we're all broken. We just want to know that we belong, and I think that's why relational is so important, because it's something personal about that relational approach. And often I would be worried about what people would think, but honestly, I think most people, when they're not going to can you in, they're not going to bin you off if you just talk to them now and then about faith or invite them to things. And I was really encouraged, always been encouraged by this verse in 2 Timothy 1:7, really well-known verse. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. It doesn't make us timid, doesn't make us fearful, it gives us power. And that Spirit allows us, when we don't know what to say, when we don't know what to do, it'll show up and help us in those moments. So I want to encourage you today, maybe think about who you could invite to online church. Who do you want to see be changed by encountering Jesus? And just give it a shot. The worst that's going to happen is they don't tune in. But the best thing that can happen is that their life gets changed forever. So I hope you have a great day, and be encouraged that we're all on the same journey together, and God is going to use you to reach the people around you. God bless.